AITA for refusing to violate my son's boundary even when his boss told me to? So here's the thing, I wasn't expecting anyone. It was a boring Tuesday night, nothing special going on except me reheating leftover Popeyes and trying not to fall asleep on the couch. Then someone started banging on my front door, not knocking, banging, like a sheriff serving papers. I open it and it's my son's boss, Jason. Same kid I used to babysit back in the 90s, always smelled like fruit roll-ups and trouble. Now he's a grown man running a landscaping crew and apparently making surprise house visits, like he's the manager at Walmart checking inventory. He goes, "We need to talk, it's about your son." I swear I almost shut the door right there. Anytime someone leads with that sentence, nothing good follows. I step aside and let him in. He walks straight to my kitchen like he lives here, looks at the Popeyes box and goes, "Still eating this crap, huh?" I said, "If you came here to judge my dinner, you can turn around." He waves his hand like whatever, then says, "Your son's losing it at work, telling everyone you abandoned him." I laugh, out loud. I actually snorted. Abandoned him? He blocked me. He's the one who changed his number like he's Beyoncé avoiding fans. Jason shakes his head. "Yeah, but he keeps saying you don't care. Every morning he comes in pissed off because you haven't shown up." I told him exactly what I've told everyone for months. "Your buddy told me not to contact him," his words, not mine. Jason leans forward like he's trying to intimidate me. "He didn't mean it." I laughed again. "Oh, so now we're pretending he didn't mean, don't call me, don't text me, don't show up at my house? You want me to read between the lines like I'm in some Hallmark movie?" Then Jason drops the big one. "You need to go to his house. Tonight, knock on his door. He needs you to." I straightened up so fast I almost cracked my back. "No, he set a boundary. He's a grown man, not a toddler who wandered into Times Square." Jason throws his hands up. "Jesus, why are you being like this?" "Like what?" I say. "Respectful, honest, sane?" He starts pacing my kitchen like he's negotiating a hostage situation. "Look, I know he screws up. I know he's, I knew what he meant. Addict. Always the elephant in the room. Always the word people avoid like it'll summon something." But I just looked at him and said, "I'm not breaking into his feelings with a crowbar. If he wanted me in his life, he wouldn't have shut the door." Jason gets mad, really mad, and then goes, "You're his mother. You're supposed to fix this." And something in me finally snapped. I fixed things for 31 years. I can't fix the way he talks to me. I can't fix the alcohol. I can't fix the pills. And I sure as hell can't fix the story he's telling people to make himself feel like the victim. He stops pacing, just stares at me. I keep going, because at this point the faucet was open. If he wants to come back, he knows where I live. My number hasn't changed. My door hasn't moved. Jason mutters, "You'll regret this," like he's in a Netflix drama, then storms out of my house so fast he left the door wide open. I didn't chase after him. I shut the door, locked it, ate my leftover Popeyes in silence. And now I'm sitting here wondering if I'm the villain for not stalking my own kid at his house like some Walmart brand debt collector. The next morning, I tried to act normal. Made coffee, burned my toast, yelled at my Amazon Echo because it kept playing Christmas music even though it's not even November yet, just a regular day. Then around 11 a.m., someone knocked again. I swear I stood there staring at the door thinking, if it's Jason, I'm calling the cops. Not really, but close enough. I opened it slow and there stood my older son, the one who's been sober 8 years. He doesn't usually do surprise visits. He's the type who texts, "On my way," even if he's just going to Walmart for 5 minutes. He looks at me and goes, "So what the hell did you say to Jason?" I groaned. "Please tell me he didn't go tattling like a damn middle schooler." "He came by my house at 8 in the morning, my son said, stepping inside. "Banged so loud my neighbor thought I was getting arrested." I rolled my eyes. "He's dramatic, always has been." My son drops onto my couch like he's exhausted. "He said you refuse to help and that you're pushing our brother into a relapse." I just stared at him. "Relapse? He never got sober, so what relapse is he talking about?" My son rubbed his face with both hands. I know, but Jason thinks you're supposed to magically fix everything." "By violating a boundary," I said. "That he set." My oldest sighs. "Look, I'm trying not to take sides." "Oh, please," I cut in. "You always take sides. You just pretend to be Switzerland." He laughs. "I do not." "You do. You're like, well, everyone has valid feelings." "No, sometimes people are just wrong." He leans forward, elbows on his knees. "Mom, he's spiraling bad. Apparently he's been showing up late, hungover, arguing with customers. Jason said he snapped at a woman in a Target parking lot because she asked if he wanted her cart." "Ah, yes," I said, "the universal sign of deep emotional suffering, screaming at strangers over shopping carts." My son chuckled, but it was tired, worn-down laughter. "He misses the kids. He misses you. But he's too proud to undo what he did." "Then he needs to grow up," I said. 31 isn't 12? My older son nodded. Yeah, but pride makes people stupid. Then he pauses and adds, he told Jason he thinks you're only respecting the boundary because you're done with him. I stood up. I raised him through DUIs, hospital visits, detox lies, disappearing acts, stolen wallets, stolen CAR. I am not done with him. I am done chasing him. My son watched me pace. You could write him a letter, he suggested quietly. Nope, I said. Letter is still contact. He said zero contact. Those were the rules. He shook his head, half annoyed. Mom, this isn't a game. This isn't Uno. There are no official rules. There are when someone screams at you in your driveway that they never want to see you again, I said. We both went silent. Then he said something that actually punched me harder than anything Jason said. Mom, I think he expected you to break the rule. I froze. What? He expected you to chase after him, he said. Like always. And now that you're not, he doesn't know what to do. I sat down slowly. So he punished me for respecting what he said? And now he's mad I respected it? Basically, I rubbed my forehead. That's insane. Addiction is insane, he said. You know that. He wasn't wrong. He wasn't right either. It was just one of those sentences that sits there in the middle of the room like a wet towel nobody wants to touch. Finally, I said, what do you think I should do? He shrugged. Honestly, nothing. He made a choice. You honored it. I'm proud of you for that. I blinked. You're proud of me? Yeah, you used to cave every time he threw a fit. You didn't this time. I sat back, stunned. Then he added, but also, I know you miss the kids, and I hate that you're hurting. I swallowed hard and stared at the wall like it had the answers. He stayed an hour. We talked about normal stuff. Groceries, his job, the stupid McDonald's kiosk that never works. Then he hugged me and left. 5 minutes after he walked out, Jason texted him again. Tell your mom she's the reason he's falling apart. My son screenshotted it and sent it to me. I threw my phone onto the couch and said out loud, oh, screw this. Because here's what I realized, sitting alone in my living room. The only people telling me to break the boundary are the people who never had to deal with the consequences when things go bad. And that made something shift in me. Like I needed to take part one of this story, crumple it up and say, no, I'm not the villain here. But I also knew something else. This was not over, not even close. 2 days later, I was in Target minding my business, arguing with myself about whether I needed another scented candle, even though I already had like 20 at home. I'm standing in the aisle sniffing pumpkin marshmallow nightmare or whatever when I hear someone go, of course you're here. I didn't even have to turn around, I knew the voice. My son, the one who blocked me, the one who told me to never contact him again, the one whose boss and coworkers apparently think I'm supposed to tackle him with hugs in the middle of his addiction spiral. He's standing there with a cart full of crap, random snacks, cheap Halloween decorations, a giant pack of Mountain Dew, and a hoodie that looked like it was on clearance for a reason I just said, hello, like a normal adult. He looks me up and down and goes, so you can talk. I blinked. What does that even mean? It means, he says, raising his voice enough that a woman near the bath towels pretended to be super into towel colors. You've been ignoring me. I stared at him. You blocked me. How exactly am I supposed to magically communicate? Smoke signals? He huffs, you could have shown up. I respected your boundary, I said. That wasn't a real boundary, he snaps back. Oh, I'm sorry, I say. Were the words do not contact me not clear? Should I have hired a linguist? He rolls his eyes. You always take things literal. You said it literally. Now he's getting frustrated. You're being dramatic. I laughed. Me? You told your boss I abandoned you. He goes, I didn't say that. Oh yeah, I say, because he came to my house like he was returning a library book. He mutters, Jason's an idiot. Well, I said, he learned it from you. That one hit hard. He clenched his jaw, kicked the wheel of the cart and said, you're unbelievable. I leaned on the shelf. Tell me what you want, right now, in plain English, no guesswork. He keeps staring at the cart like the answers were hiding behind the Doritos. Then he shrugs and says, I just wanted you to try. Try what? I ask, louder than I meant to. Chase you? Beg you? Bargain with you? I've done that for years. He looks around embarrassed because people were watching now. A teenager in a Nike hoodie walked past holding Starbucks and did that slow side eye like he was about to tell Reddit about us. My son finally murmurs, you didn't even fight for me. Fight with you or fight for you, I ask, because those are not the same thing and I'm tired of mixing them up. Silence. Big, awkward silence. He starts pushing the cart away like he's done talking, but I walk after him. I miss the kids, I say, every day. He slows but doesn't stop. And you blocked them from me too, I add. He snaps, because you let her in the house, meaning his ex's mom. She came to me, I said. I didn't go hunt her down. You shouldn't have let her inside, he shouts. She rang my doorbell. I'm not a nightclub bouncer. Then he said something low, almost muttered, She tells lies. I stepped in front of the cart. Then you should have told me that instead of disappearing. He finally stops. His eyes dart around like he wants the ground to swallow him. Then, and this was the part I didn't expect at all, he whispers, I thought you'd choose her over me. I blinked. What the hell are you talking about? She's not even my friend. She cried on my couch for 2 hours about you. He looks genuinely confused. She... what? Yeah, I said. She told me she wished she handled things differently. She wasn't trashing you, she was upset. He goes quiet, real quiet. I watch him twist his hands on the cart handle like he's rewiring everything he assumed. Then he says, I messed up. I shrug. Join the club. We meet on Thursdays. Bring snacks. He almost smiles, then it vanishes. I don't know how to fix this, he says. For starters, I say, stop expecting me to break rules you create. He nods slowly. And maybe unblock me. Another nod. And maybe don't scream at me in Target. He snorts, you yelled too. Yeah, well, I said, you get your volume from me. For a second, the tension breaks, but then reality crawls back in. He looks down at his list. I can't promise anything long-term. I'm not doing great. I know, I said. When you're ready to get help, I'm here. But I'm not dragging you there. He nods again, defeated but listening. I tell him, you know you can still bring the kids around. He mutters, if their mom allows it. She will, if you behave. He gives a half-assed salute, no promises. We awkwardly part ways in the candy aisle like two strangers who just had the world's messiest reunion. As he walked away, I didn't feel relief. I didn't feel closure. I just felt tired. Tired in that I've done this rodeo before and I know the pattern's way. And the thing is, I knew this wasn't actually fixed. We just put the fire out long enough for the smoke to clear. The real problem? Something happened later that night that spun everything sideways again. And that is where things really changed. So after the Target showdown, which already felt like some low-budget reality TV episode, I went home thinking the day was done. I made spaghetti, watched a couple episodes of Kitchen Nightmares, tried to pretend my life wasn't also a Gordon Ramsay project waiting to be yelled at. Around 9 p.m., I get a knock on my door again. At this point, I'm ready to install a moat. I swear. I open it and my son, the younger one, the one who blocked me, is standing there. No hoodie, no cart, no Target attitude, just him, shifting on his feet like he wasn't sure he should have come. I go, you're back. He shrugs, yeah. I didn't want the Target parking lot to be our big emotional reunion. Felt stupid. Well, I said, it fit the theme. He snorts, yeah, true. He steps inside without asking, so I guess the boundary died faster than a houseplant at Walmart. He doesn't sit. He just wanders around my living room like he's inspecting it for clues, like maybe the answers to all his problems were hidden behind my TV or under the throw blanket on my couch. Finally, he says, I need to tell you something, but don't freak out, which is the exact phrase that makes every parent freak out. I cross my arms, say it. He stops pacing and looks at me dead on. Jason and I got into a fight. I roll my eyes, relieved. Oh my God, that's it? I thought you were about to say someone died. He raises his hand. Let me finish. Okay, not good. He says, we were arguing about work stuff. He thinks I'm slacking. I told him he's being a control freak, then he brought you up again. I groaned. Why is that man obsessed with me? My son shrugs. He cares too much, or he thinks he does. Then he says the part that made my stomach flip. He said if I didn't fix things with you, he'd handle it himself. I blinked. Handle what? He thinks he's your guardian angel or some crap, my son mutters. Or he just likes interfering. I told him to back off and he shoved me. He shoved you? I snapped. I shoved him back. Did you hit him? No, he says quickly. I'm not that stupid, but it got loud, like customers stopping to watch loud. Jesus. Then he sits on the edge of my couch, not the middle, not comfortable, that nervous, I'm about to admit something sit. He says, they sent me home early. I stare. Are you fired? He shakes his head. Not yet, but it's coming. He said he needs time to reassess my reliability. I scoff. This is the same boy who used to shove crayons up his nose and cry about it? Yeah, well, he says, now he shoves responsibilities up mine. I actually laughed at that and he cracked a tiny smile. Then the smile fades. He looks down, voice low. I don't want to lose my job, Mom. I need it, for the kids, for me. I sat down across from him. Then you need to get help. He shakes his head instantly. Don't start. I'm not starting, I say. I'm finishing. You can't keep living like this. He runs both hands through his hair. I know, but everything feels like a mess. You can fix it, I say, but you have to be the one to start. He doesn't answer. Instead, he stands and walks around again, picking up random picture frames, tapping the wall like he's checking for ghosts, adjusting the plant I've killed twice and revived out of spite. Then he blurts, "Do you even want me in your life anymore?" That hit me out of nowhere, I said. If I didn't want you in my life, I wouldn't have spent the last 3 months crying over a damn Facebook memory of you and your kids at Disney. He sits back down. I thought you were done with me. No, I say. I'm done being your emotional punching bag. That's different. He nods slowly, like he's letting the difference sink in. Then he whispers, I don't know how to be better. I take a breath, not dramatic, just steady. You start by showing up, I say. Not perfectly, just honestly. He rubs his face again. I messed up so many times. You still have time to unmess it, I say, but I can't drag you. You have to walk. He nods again. Okay. We sit there in silence for a minute, a weird, heavy, quiet minute. Then he sighs and says, This is the part where you say some mom speech, right? No, I say, this is the part where I tell you to stop talking and go get a glass of water because you look dehydrated and dramatic. He snorts. Okay, fair. But then, and this is the part I didn't expect, he adds, Can I come by tomorrow with the kids? I swallowed so hard I swear my throat made a noise. Yes, I said, anytime. He stands, nods, and walks toward the door. Pauses, then says over his shoulder, Oh, and I unblocked you. Try not to blow up my phone like a psycho. I laugh. I'll send you 1 meme a day, maybe 2. He rolled his eyes. Good night, Mom, and he left. I stood there in my living room for a good 5 minutes, trying to understand what just happened. Was this progress? A fake out? A calm before the storm? A drunk impulse he might take back? With addicts, you never know. But for the first time in months, something shifted. A real shift. Like we finally stepped off the battlefield. Problem is, the universe wasn't done yet, because the next day, Jason came back. And that turned everything sideways. The next morning, I woke up early because I was actually excited. Like, stupid excited. I cleaned the kitchen, wiped down the counters, even lit one of those overpriced Target candles that smells like suburban fall fantasy. My younger son had said he'd bring the kids over. I didn't care if they stayed for 10 minutes or 10 hours. I just wanted to see them. So when I heard another knock around 10 a.m., I rushed to the door thinking it was them. It wasn't. It was Jason. This man had the audacity to stand on my porch like he was delivering pizza. One hand in his jacket pocket, the other holding a Starbucks cup like he was about to give a TED Talk. Before he even opened his mouth, I pointed at him. No. He blinks. What? No, I repeat. Whatever you're here to say, the answer is no. He pushes right past me into the living room like he pays rent. We need to talk. I shut the door harder than necessary. Do you have a key to my house I'm not aware of? He turns around annoyed. Your son told me what happened at Target. Good for him, I say. You can leave now. He ignores me completely. You're confusing him. I actually laughed. Me? You, Jason. A grown man with your own job and house and responsibilities are showing up to mother someone who is not your kid. He shakes his head. You don't get it. He's fragile right now. So am I snap. You don't see me making surprise tours of people's porches. Then he says it. The line that made everything explode. You're the reason he spirals. I stepped forward. Say that again. He raises his chin like he's the hero in this story. If you'd push harder, he'd get better. He needs his mom. I said, he needs rehab, therapy, and accountability. Not me banging on his door like a desperate Disney character. Jason scoffs. You're cold. Oh, please, I say. I've dealt with more emergencies, interventions, crying fits, and midnight pickups from bars than you've dealt with landscaping clients. You have no idea what you're talking about. He opens his mouth ready to fire back, and then my younger son walks in. He must have parked down the street because I didn't hear his car. The kids weren't with him, which I noticed immediately. He sees Jason first, freezes, then mutters, What the hell are you doing here? Jason straightens up, trying to help. My son shakes his head. You're not helping. You're making everything worse. Jason suddenly switches tones. Dude, I've been there for you. I picked up shifts for you. I drove you home drunk. I covered for you. I'm literally trying. My son cuts him off. No, you're trying to manage me. That's not the same thing. Jason looks stunned, like nobody's ever told him no before. My son steps closer. You're my boss, not my parent. Stop coming to my family about my problems. Jason's face goes red. I'm trying to save your job. My son fires back. I'll handle my job. You handle your mouth. That's when Jason snaps. You're going to screw it up. You always screw it up. You don't listen to anyone. My son doesn't yell back. He just says, I'm listening now, just not to you. The room goes dead quiet. Jason looks back and forth between us like he's waiting for someone to back him up. Neither of us does. Finally, he mutters, Fine, do whatever you want. Don't come crying to me when it falls apart. He storms toward the door, yanks it open, turns around and says to me, "You should have gone to his house months ago. He needed you." I take a slow breath, then say, "He needed space. You don't walk into someone's life with a sledgehammer and call it help." He scoffs again, then walks out. Door slams. Silence. My son stands there, jaw tight, staring at the door like it might bite him. I say, "You okay?" He shrugs one shoulder. "I'm something." Then he sits down on the couch and covers his face with his hands. I sit next to him, not touching him, just sitting. After about 20 seconds, he says, "You know, he means well, he just doesn't get it." "No," I say, "he means control, and he definitely doesn't get it." He nods slowly. "I didn't bring the kids because I didn't know if today would be messy." "Good call," I say, "we got plenty of messy." He smirks. "Mom, thanks for not yelling at me." "I yelled at you in Target," I remind him. He shrugs. "Yeah, but that felt normal." We both laugh a little. Then he turns to me very serious. "I'm thinking about calling a counselor." I don't move, don't react, just say, "Okay." He nods. "Not promising miracles, I'm tired." "Good," I say. "Tired means you want change." He sighs. "I'm not asking you to fix me." "I'm not volunteering," I say. He snorts. "Fair." Then he adds, almost shy, "Can I come back tomorrow, with the kids for real this time?" "Yes," I say immediately. "Anytime." He stands up, messes with the zipper on his jacket, then says quietly, "And Mom, thanks for respecting the boundary, even when I was too dumb to understand it." I smile. We're all dumb sometimes. That's why targets exist. He leaves with a half smile. When the door closes, I let myself breathe for the first time all day. Was everything magically fixed? No. Do I trust the road ahead? Also no. Do I know what's coming next? Of course not. But for once, it felt like we were walking in the same direction instead of screaming from opposite ends of the street. And honestly, that's enough for now. Thanks for watching. If you liked the story, hit subscribe. See you in the next one.